This is Course 3 Pre-Algebra, Chapter 6, Lesson 7 on simple interest. Today I want to talk to you about interest. Interest is the amount of money charged for borrowing or using money. So this is what banks ask you to repay on a loan. Simple interest is a fixed percent of the principal. You'll be very lucky to get a simple interest loan which will stay fixed over a set number of years. And the formula for simple interest is I equals P, the principal, times R times T. And that will be the formula you are using today. The principal is the amount of money borrowed or invested. The rate of interest is the percent charged or earned on an amount of money. So this could be rate of interest for you if you have a savings account, or this could be a rate of interest if you have a loan. Okay, let's go on to number 1. Example 1. To buy a car, Jessica borrowed $15,000 for 3 years at an annual simple interest rate of 9%. How much interest will she pay if she pays the entire loan off at the end of the 3rd year? What is the total amount that she will repay? So first, we need to find the simple interest that she will pay. So principal was in the problem, and that was $15,000. 3 years was in the problem. That's going to be our time. And we're going to change 9% to a decimal. And you'll see over here how they showed you to do it. We move the decimal 2 places to the left. So I have 0.09. So my interest is $4,050. So Jessica will pay $4,050 in interest. You can find the amount A to be repaid on a loan by adding the principal P to the interest I. So if I take the P, which was $15,000, and add I, you will find that Jessica didn't pay $15,000 for the car. She actually paid $19,050 for her car. She would have saved $4,000 if she would have just given them the $15,000 in the beginning. Okay, I want you to pause the video and push play when you're ready for check it out number 1. Okay, you should have done check it out number 1, and the principal was $300, and total amount to repay was $2,300. Okay, let's look at number 2, example number 2. Nancy invested $6,000 in a bond at a yearly simple interest rate of 3%. She earned $450 in interest. How long was the money invested? So we're going to use the simple interest formula again. I equals P times R times T. It said, well, she invested, we don't know what I is. Excuse me, we know what I is. I is $450. And then our principal, that was how much she invested in the bond. That would be $6,000. And the rate was 3%, so that would be 0.03. And notice that I wrote it as a decimal. You never write this as a percent when we're doing the simple interest formula. So now we'll multiply this together. This is 180. 450 still, and then we're going to divide by 180. So 450 divided by 180 is 2.5. So it would take her about 2.5 years, which is 2 years and 6 months. It's not 5 months because we have 12 months in a year, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. Okay, I want you to do check it out number 2 on your own. Pause the video. Okay, you should have gotten 4 years. It would take Laura to invest $7,500 in a bond at a yearly rate of 1.5%. It would take her 4 years to earn that interest of $450. Okay, last question. We're on number 3, example 3. Mr. Benute borrowed $8,000 for 4 years to make home improvements. If he repaid a total of $10,320, at what simple interest rate did he borrow the money? So now we're going to substitute in the principal, which was $8,000 plus I equals $10,320, how much he repaid back, and we're going to subtract this to find the amount of interest. Well, it's easy to see that his amount of interest was $2,320, and now we're going to put this back into the simple interest formula. So 2320, and his principal was $8,000, and the time they set up here in the problem was 4. So we're going to substitute that in, multiply, divide. We have 32,000, and this is 2320 divided by 32,000, and we find that the simple rate is 0.0725, but we can't leave it as a decimal. We have to change it back to a percent. So we're going to change the percent and move the decimal 2 places to the right. So that's 7.25 or 7.25%. On a test, I would accept either of these answers. Usually you'll find this one more frequently at a bank or an institution where you can borrow or have money. Okay, check it out number 3. I want you to do it on your own. Pause the video. Okay, you should have done check it out number 3 to find that his interest was $1,250, and then when you worked it backwards, you found out that his rate of interest was 5%. Thanks for watching.